Welcome back to another episode of the Quack Shack Tour presented by Mallard Bay. We're here in Arkansas with some of our friends. We actually know these people pretty well. We've been here a couple times and hung out. Quax Waterfowl. What's up, boys?
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
Everybody doing good?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Start down here. We got Mr. Braden.
Yup, I'm Braden.
This is Braden. He's one of the owners here. Now, you lean in and you got to speak into his mic, please.
I'm Caleb.
Okay, and that's Caleb. He does all the cool videos and everything you see.
Yeah, Caleb's a digital artist.
Digital artist. He's quick with it, too.
Yeah, he's quick.
We
got Matt.
What's going on?
So let's dive right into it. Let's dive in. We'll start talking about quacks in general, but obviously one thing we like to do is talk about your background individually, you know, what got you into hunting and all that stuff. But what started the idea for quacks? First of all, these boys we're like I said, we're in Arkansas, and these boys are from
Maryland.
What part of Maryland?
Boone's Farm, Maryland.
Boone's Farm, Maryland, and they kill
they
kill a lot of geese up there.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
More so down like Eastern Shore, Maryland, we kill a lot more of our geese.
Around you.
Going like with him. Every now and then, like if we get a good like snow, a few geese, but nothing crazy.
So what struck the idea to, hey, let's start a waterfowl guide service?
In Arkansas. 14 hours away.
Let's move 15 hours from home and just start it.
It was actually on a trip out here to hunt on the way home.
A long car ride, a really long ride. We were hitting traffic. It was boring. And we were talking about, like, let's make an Instagram account for, like, back home, like, just something fun that we can, like, look back at.
Yeah.
And we originally came up with the name On Ice Outdoors, which is more like an inside joke that I'm not going to talk about on here.
Yeah.
I know when they watch this, they're going to like hearing that.
Yeah.
And so we picked On Ice, and then we went to Arkansas. And on our way back, we were like, we got to change that name.
Yeah.
And it's just, we could come up with something better.
Because you never hunt around ice or what?
Yeah, something like that. And we ended up sitting there. If there was a camera in that truck and a mic, it would be viral with the names that we came up with.
Probably canceled, too.
Eventually somebody...
Been there, done that.
Eventually somebody in that truck said Quacks, and we were like, that's the one. So we started with that. Didn't really do much with it. We posted like a few pictures, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of our Instagram, you can see them. They're just a pile of like 5 geese and like 20 of us, and we're like... This is our stack.
This is our stack right here.
We're proud of it.
Proud of
our shit.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, look.
Well, when was that? 3 years ago, I guess?
Probably 3 or 4 years ago.
No, that was a little longer. Because that was when we were like, shooting buffleheads on the river and stuff.
Yeah. So
little stacks matter. People got to understand that.
Buffleheads and be, happier than pig and shit.
Oh, dude, I would like edit it black and white. I'd be like, that's fire. Let's post it.
Black and white.
That's going to get reposted.
Super grainy.
You posted a black and white tailgate pic, you were shit.
Yeah, exactly. I put 3 buffleheads, I remember, on a Yeti cooler.
Oh, you're like, this
black
is
and white, and I
sure.
was like, Yeti's going to sponsor me at the end of this. And I posted that thing, and I got like 5 likes, and I was happier
as shit, right. Yeah, that's awesome.
Face paint on and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And, it was just a small town thing, and then...
So fast forward to...
We really had no, like, initial... like
intention
to start.
So you just came and bought a golf course.
So essentially, y'all just wanted it to be like an Instagram,
like a media page.
Yeah.
Like that's all we kind of.
Yeah, it was just more like a fun thing that we could look back on. Like the people back home, we could rub it in the people at duck hunting face. Be like, yeah, look at our pile pictures.
Yeah,
look at our 5 geese and our 2 buffleheads.
Yeah, you guys went out and you shot a Tweety bird.
You shot a freaking mockingbird.
We traveled 14 hours to shoot these birds.
But the whole outfitter thing, honestly. It all started with our buddy Andrew, and he was out of like Wynn area, and we started hunting with him. He was actually the 14-hour car ride that made Quacks on our way back from that, and he was a guided hunt we went on, and it was an experience to say the least. It was a little half-assed guide service that he was starting, but we had fun with him, and we didn't kill many birds, but we had a blast with Andrew.
Yeah, and
we became really good friends with him. And later down the road, Andrew passed away.
Oh, man.
So we came down here for his funeral, and it was right there in Brinkley. You know, when you're going through, right there by the Sonic and stuff, like right before you get to there on your left, there's a graveyard and a church.
Yeah.
And that's where we had Andrew's funeral, and we were staying at the Comfort Inn or something like that, right next to the Taco Bell and KFC. And we were talking about, hey, like, where were we thinking about going? Louisiana, yeah. So Andrew's
Glad
dad...
you didn't do that.
Andrew's dad talked to us about, hey, we're going to do Louisiana, and I want you guys to run it, you, Matt, and Andrew.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a crawfish farm in the off season, and we would guide there during duck season. Well, when Andrew passed away and we came down here for his funeral, we were like, hey, we can't do that no more.
Yeah.
So what should we do? And we were like, Arkansas, like, we know this place. We've hunted it a few times. We have friends down here, people we know, helping hands, and this place popped up, and it was 15 minutes away from the hotel. And we looked at it, and me and Matt sat down, and of course, we don't have the money to buy a lodge.
Yeah.
And luckily, my dad, he's helped me out a lot with it. Me and Matt sat down, and I was like, dude, my dad's smart, and he ain't just going to hand it to us. We got to make it look like we really, really want it and show him. So we sat down, we wrote numbers, what we would charge, what we'd do this, what we do to do, like, expenses.
This was like months.
You're going to an investor, basically.
Brandon had no fingernails.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's how a lot of companies start. I mean,
waiting to post.
Dude, it was crazy.
About it, like,
we came back to my dad, showed him the papers, and he just kind of laughed at us. And about a week later, I'm in my dad's office down in his showroom below the hill by my house. So he has like a little hangout area for him where he puts all his cars and stuff, and he does stock trading.
Yeah.
I'm down there with him, and I see him scrolling, looking at this Arkansas property, and it's this one, the one I sent him.
And you're like, oh, I got it.
I'm like,
yes. He calls me. He's like, dude, my dad's looking at that place on the
I didn't even tell him to look at it.
I think it's going to happen. I'm like, I don't know, though. He might just be looking at it and just, like, thinking, oh, they're a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah.
But
because wasn't it pretty rough shape when y'all got it?
Oh, it was beat up. It used to be a golf course, and it was beat up before the people that had it before us.
It was already beat up before they got it.
And they made it 10 times worse. It was just gross in here. But they were good people. It was just more like that was the boys' duck camp. You know, like,
it wasn't.
They showed up.
They just showed up and
they slept in whatever they needed to and went out and hunted.
Yeah.
And we put a shit pile of money in it. Dad helped us. Long story short, he came to me and Matt, and he was like, you can do it, but if you fuck up, you're done.
Yeah.
And I'm selling everything. And he walked us through it, got us our LLCs, helped us do it. He started multiple businesses, so he knew a lot about it. And
if it wasn't for Braden's dad,
did it.
Yeah, Braden's dad was a major role in this.
Yeah. He helped me out a ton.
He's a cool dude. I met him.
Yeah,
I like your dad.
He's the man.
Yeah.
We made a deal. We make payments out to him, and I put in. My grandfather passed away recently right before we bought it, and I got a little bit of will money, and I was like, I'm gonna throw every bit of that in. Matt threw every dime he had left, and we came out to Arkansas with like 50 bucks in our pocket, and we were gonna run an outfitter, and it worked out good. I mean. Our first year, everybody was like, good luck. Like, I hope you fully book, but it's probably not going to happen. And in the summer, me and Matt busted our asses on Facebook. I joined every Facebook Arkansas group you could possibly think of.
Classified.
That's what it takes,
and as soon as somebody would post something, I was in their DMs.
Yeah.
I got openings. Come with me. I think I'll be good.
It was a lot of no's.
I think it's going to be really good. I don't know yet, but
I got timber. I'm showing you your real Arkansas timber hunt. We had good timber.
Yeah.
Everything was in 5 minutes away from us. I had the people before us show us all our properties, and I told them when we bought the place, I was like, I'm not going to jump into an outfitter and not have land, so contingency on sale.
Yeah.
I want every one of your leases you have.
Yeah.
Or at least a shot to get them. Let me meet the farmers. And me and him came down here, met all the farmers, and we ended up getting the leases. And then we ended up fully booking our first year. It was great, but we came out, we broke even. More so because the expenses.
Well, you put a ton into this.
Bro, listen,
this lodge is nice.
Yeah, it was
first year in business. If you break even, you did great.
Yeah,
most businesses are in the negative their first year. I've owned them, so like my first year, I didn't break even. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
This podcast has been brought to you by Mallard Bay. If you're in the market for a hunting trip or a fishing trip, I highly suggest you checking out Mallard Bay. Mallard Bay is an Airbnb-style platform where you can go online to mallardbay.com, book a hunt or a fishing trip based on the species, the animal, or the location. Very simple, very easy platform to use. And so if you're in the market to go hunt some birds in Arkansas or catch some trout or
literally
fish,
anything in the entire United States, they have it all online.
Super simple. Just go to mallardbay.com, check them out, book you a hunt. super fun. It's a great time. Super easy website.
Easiest way to
check
book.
them out. Also, if you're an outfitter, check out Guide Tech. Guide Tech is an absolute great product to use for the outfitter. Help with all the back end work. Help with scheduling. Help with all the stuff that the guy really doesn't want to do.
The guy doesn't want to. The guy wants to hunt and he wants to fish. He doesn't have. If you're a guide and you don't want to have to do anything but do the stuff you love, you need to sign up for Guide Tech and sign up to be a part of Mallard Bay.
Check them out at mallardbay.com or check them out on Instagram at Mallard Bay or at Guide Tech. Very, very awesome platform. Thank you. Let's get back to your program.
Braden and I, we from the get-go, we were like, we're not touching the money. We're not, anything we make is going right back in. And we kept that mindset pretty well the whole way through it. And I think if we didn't, it wouldn't.
That was my first year doing a 60-day hunt too, and about that, I mean, I was a wreck. By the end of the season, I looked like a heroin addict.
You think you paced yourself better this year?
Oh yeah, dude. I barely drank any beer since I've been down here. I mean, last year, dude, I don't think I lived a day without being drunk the whole day.
And that's how we met.
And that's how I met you. Yeah,
Sounds
like
good
when you
for
met
me.
me, I was a hoot. I was
just scrolling on TikTok and Quax Waterfowl came up and he was live and
just chugging.
It was hilarious. Is what it was.
It was fun. I was here by myself. I came down here like 3 months before duck season even started. I wanted to be out here. I couldn't wait for it to start. This is my first time about a guide. I got a lodge, and I'm not even just a guide. I'm the owner. I just wanted to get it done and get
Y'all done a lot to the property too.
Yeah,
dude, a ton.
And
even since I came down here the first time last year in October, y'all have done a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when you came here, it was nothing but grass above your head in the backyard. It was nothing good at all. And Matt came out here this year, and he did a lot of bush hogging. Came back, he planted some millet. It was our first year planting millet. It didn't do too good, but granted, it's also the drought in Arkansas. I mean,
you planted it.
I mean, you can't do nothing about that. You know?
But
we got a lot of big plans for the backyard, though.
Oh, the backyard. When he says a backyard, it's like 80 acres. It's not really.
80 acres. There's some flooded timber.
It's
not really a yard. It's mostly like timber and half a golf course.
The backyard was a golf course.
We need to stop saying backyard.
I don't know how it was ever a golf course because it's got water all over the place. And I'm like, well,
so
I know you pumped it in.
The cool thing about the golf course actually being there, the sprinkler systems, the guys before us, they took all the sprinkler systems, irrigation systems, and ran 5-inch pipe and used the irrigation that was already here, and where all the sprinklers were, where all our pumps are.
Yeah, Matt was showing us that yesterday.
Yeah, that's all we had to do is flick that switch out there, and
he was also
the
showing
system on and 5-inch pipe.
He also showed us how y'all like reversed what they did to change the directions and stuff, and to fill that timber back there. Like y'all put in some work, like for real.
Last year when we went to fill this place, people were telling me use poly pipe. Use poly pipe. It's a pain in the ass.
That's all they use.
It's not that bad,
bro.
Dude.
Oh my God! I went out there and bought poly pipe,
10 minutes
and I was done. I didn't even care if the yard had water on it. I was like, I'm glad we have leases. Screw this yard and screw poly pipe. I'll never deal with it again. And Matt had
poly's easy, man.
Dude, he changed the whole game of Arkansas, and I don't know anybody here that does it. But he came up with the idea: let's get 5-inch fire hose and run it off our pipes. It's not gonna bust, and it's strong. You can always roll it up. I knew that fire hose out there is going to last us.
Well, you got 14 more fire hoses in the back of the truck.
Yeah, you got plenty.
I got about another 1,000 in the truck.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
That changed the game. I don't know why nobody else does that around here.
Another roll of poly pipe in my life.
And then if you wanted to move it, all you got to do is roll it up.
Roll it up. Pick it up and you can reuse it. Poly pipe you spend $100 on, you got to throw it away, and you use half of it because it rips, tears, blows up.
Oh yeah.
You'll be flooding the yard. Wake up 2 a.m. The front yard's flooded because the poly pipe blew up. It's terrible. It was bad. It was stressful. We were waking up like every 30 minutes. I was like, I'll take 30, you take 30.
Everybody gets an hour of sleep.
It was horrible.
Dude, but no, they're not disclosing their plans, but it's going to be.
It's awesome.
If it'll pan out.
It's going to look really good.
It'll be good. Great. Your gun holders will be a golf ball cleaner.
Yes. So there's random stuff around the property that was here from the golf course, and we drove by and
they're just leaving it.
There's a ball wash, and he's like, we're going to leave that there. We're going to flood it. You might be hanging your gun on that one day, shooting mallards in the timber with a ball cleaner.
Dude, there's some. I'm talking about there's
mallard you laid on the ball cleaner.
That's unique, bro. I mean, it's something that you probably had never heard of.
Well, and it's
right?
a really good idea that
Yeah.
to buy the golf course and use it and make it a waterfowl, because it's got the oak trees. It's got huge
Yeah.
oak trees that haven't been touched
Huge.
for 100 years because it's been a golf course.
Yeah.
And so it has your lanes already because it was a golf course.
Yeah.
And so you can plant all this stuff in the middle, and then you can have all of your timber. I mean, dude, it's going to be.
It's awesome.
excited.
And if
Y'all might
anybody
change
watching this podcast wants some trees, I got the world's biggest pine trees back here. You can
pines
have
for
them
free. Pines for free.
The biggest pine trees, you can make some money. Come down and
Yeah,
take
he
them.
says that, but I got another vision, which is killing mallards in the ponds. It'd be kind of sick, dude.
Something we all can agree on is we love music. Doesn't matter what kind of music, but we all like to listen to it. Turtlebox is the most reliable, most durable, most waterproof speaker on the market today. They are amazing speakers. You can take them anywhere you want. You can take them to the beach. You can take them hunting. You can take them to your buddy's house. You can chill outside like we are and listen to Turtleboxes. You can link two of them together like we did. They got all kinds of colors, different options you can choose from. A lot of cool things in the works as well. If you're looking for a new speaker, check them out, turtlebox.com. Check them out on Instagram at Turtlebox. We've done it.
Yeah, we've done
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people tell me it's not good, and I couldn't
it's
ever
not
put my
good.
finger
No,
on
it's not
why
good.
it scares them. The only thing I could think of is predators. Or something
They're
behind
real
it, and
tall,
they're scared.
real
No.
thick. They don't ever lose their, so they can't see through them.
Majority of the trees that we have back home is pine trees.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they're big, but you do have some massive pine trees out here.
Dude, you could back home if we had those, we would have some serious cash in our pocket. And down here, I
man.
can't find a single person to take them.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause there's pine trees everywhere.
Yeah.
You might need to get you a truck and haul them up. I don't know if you make any money. But
I was going to cut a ring around them, let them die,
Yeah.
and then just fully chop them down, pour them full of diesel, and just light it up.
One big bonfire.
Yeah.
hell of
You
a
got the
bonfire.
fire hoses to put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we
You
got to
gotta
just
worry
turn the
about the
pumps
water.
on.
Yeah.
Getting out of hand, turn the pumps on.
That's crazy. So let's talk about your first year as far as bird numbers. Last year was a pretty good year for a lot of people, especially us down south. And we're in Texas, so we're south of here, and Arkansas always holds a lot of birds. Obviously, we saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
They picked up a new lease like 2 days ago, and that place is going to be solid this year.
Yeah, I signed right before we went hunting. I signed my contract on that property.
I was telling them yesterday, I've been hunting up here for like 8 years, and when I first started coming up here, that's what it looked like everywhere. Like, you're going down any of these county roads off the highway, or these blacktops off the main highway. Every field on the right and the left side was like that back then. And past couple of years, it hadn't been quite like that, but yesterday, that was wild.
That was
that was fun.
That was
I mean,
definitely
we saw it
something
before you guys came down there.
Yeah.
And that was, it felt like a kid at Christmas. All three of us did.
Oh, yeah.
I know it, and it was.
I mean,
the morning was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was good.
Even when we were picking up decoys, dude.
Better scene.
I FaceTimed them last night.
So many birds.
I FaceTimed them.
Yeah.
So many birds. Yeah.
They'll see a video on the Instagram when we post that drone footage of it.
It was a little rough.
Yeah.
Let's get back to what I was saying. But your first year, as far as bird numbers, y'all worked your asses off to get clients, on your first year, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But what about like the hunts? Explain some of the hunts, like the bird numbers, stuff like that. Your first year.
I think our first year we screwed up, and we didn't know that we were screwing up.
Yeah.
Because as the year went on, our hunts got better.
Yeah.
And I know that's not normal. Most of the time you come to Arkansas as the year goes on, they're getting harder to kill.
decline.
Yeah, they're getting harder to kill.
Yeah.
But I think we were doing things wrong, and we started figuring it out near the end, and our bird numbers increased a lot.
Yeah.
As January came,
I know y'all killed quite a few last year.
we started learning and did a lot better. Because back home, we're used to hunting with 24 decoys. We get down here.
Yeah.
There's people out here that throw 100 dozen ducks, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, where'd you even get that money to get 100 dozen avian X's?
Yeah.
And we were throwing like 3 or 4 dozen on like opener, and then I realized like I think we're doing something wrong. We'd still kill,
not enough,
like we were killing most of the days, but as we got more decoys, started realizing how the mallards down here and all the birds work in Arkansas, our numbers increased a lot. And by the end of January, I think our last hunt, we fully killed a 6 or 7 man limit.
Yeah.
And the hunt before that, we killed our limit. That was actually my dad. We took him and his brother out, and Caleb. And that's when I sat Caleb down and I was like, listen, man, I want you to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And if you're up for it, tell me. And
that was
it was just kind of like talk. And this summer, Marcus left us, and nothing bad happened with Marcus. He just became a cop in Stuttgart.
Marcus, he's something else.
And
Marcus.
I called. Matt calls me, and I'm actually at the Outer Banks, and he's like, "Yo, Marcus left." I'm like, "What?" Like, he didn't tell any of us yet. And I was like, "So what do you think about bringing Caleb on? Like now, like let's call him and see if he's up for it." And we called Caleb. He's actually my cousin. Anybody I grew up with, this is probably my closest person.
Yeah.
Like, we did everything together.
Yeah.
Growing up.
I've got a cousin like that.
So y'all met because your family saw, but how did y'all become friends?
My sister.
Yeah. So my best friend is now, I guess, married. They just got married, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, September something.
And
she's going to kill me for not knowing that day.
That's how Braden and I met. Yeah, I don't even really know.
It was mainly
how old were y'all? Were y'all like in high school?
It's probably.
Oh, I was in high school.
He's younger.
He is a few years
Braden's
younger.
young buck.
Yeah.
So we didn't go to school
you were like
together.
you were like a dad to him in a way.
I guess.
An asshole big brother.
Yeah. It was like
Enough. We need to get us a hybrid.
Not at all. We need to get us a hybrid boat, man.
When we get to land, if we get to land, can we please buy a hybrid?
I mean, I'll go half with you.
Let's
we
do
get the USS. We can retire the old USS Quack Shack.
Let's go to hybridboat.com and buy us a new boat.
Dude, let's do it right now.
Customizable. I looked at their website. It's 100% customizable. We can build it how we want it. The guy's name's Luke. He said we could talk to him and he's 100% involved. So
I mean,
I've already talked to him.
I'm gonna miss this old bucket of rust right here, though.
I want to blow this thing up. Has one Austin power.
I mean, I could get to land faster.
This thing's riveted. The hybrid boats are custom built by a guy in Louisiana.
Bunkie, Louisiana, to be exact.
Yeah, Bunkie. Where the hell's Bunkie?
You know, it's a good boat if you never heard of the place. It's called.
Check out hybridboats.com and get you a new boat.
Yeah, how me and Matt really started hanging out. Like he said, he came to my house once upon a time, but we can't really put our finger on that. We were
on what you were doing, you just happened to become friends.
I was
were you
with
coming
Patrick,
to see his sister?
His sister. No,
his brother-in-law.
I was with my buddy Patrick, which is now
his
married.
brother-in-law.
So I was with him, and he was going over to his girlfriend's at the time.
Yeah, and he was like, "My girlfriend's got this shithead little brother," and they were like, "Oh, I guess I'll hang out with him."
He likes to duck hunt. Yeah.
And we hung out a lot at my brother-in-law's dad's house. That's like where everybody that we hung out with went. Yeah, we called it the frat house. And his dad would cook us a ton of food, and we'd just sit there, get drunk, play cornhole. That's where we had most of our conversations. And then I was talking about duck hunting. I remember this. I got back actually from duck hunting, and he was sitting in Tony's kitchen, and I just came there to go raid the fridge or something because I was hungry and I was passing his house, and he was in there. And we're talking about duck hunting, and he brings it up. I'm like, "Oh, like you hunt?" Because I was just hunting by myself. Back home, nobody hunts in Boonesboro, and just a few of my buddies that I got into, I got them into duck hunting, would come with me. But I think that day I just went on a solo hunt by myself, and I went to Tony's, and me and him started talking about duck hunting. I'm like, "Damn, dude, you duck hunt? Like, come with me."
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, how we started hanging out a lot more, and then we started doing
Tony.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Tony and Patrick.
Yeah, I'm Patrick.
Shout out to Pat.
Yeah.
So how did y'all? What got you into hunting? I guess that's
My dad and this guy right here, I'd say, are probably my biggest influences to the outdoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lived with him every summer, and his dad, him, and me would do everything. I mean, when it came from fishing offshore, hunting stuff probably out of season with our BB guns, shooting everything that breathed that didn't eat with a fork, died in his yard. And I would go home at the end of summer, and then it'd be deer season, and my dad would take me out of school, take me deer hunting. And then they started bringing me duck hunting when I was I don't even know, probably 10, 9.
Yeah.
And it's taking me through these marsh, shitty public land holes and just leaving me good luck, this way.
We'll see you later.
And it was fun. He always stayed and helped me, but it was fun. If it wasn't for them, I never would have touched duck hunting.
Yeah.
And my Uncle Paul and my Uncle Chris, they took me a lot, and it was never good with them, but I had a great time. Like there was
it was never good, but I don't think I had a good time.
I don't think there's ever a time duck hunting like with them that we like piled up birds ever.
Yeah.
We've got there shoot some buffalo.
But also
the experience of just duck hunting, like it's not about killing birds for me. I like being able to be out there. You can be loud with your buddies, hang out, talk. I think the best memories happen in the duck blind.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Maryland's not exactly known for duck hunting though, but like geese for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dorchester, like there's some birds down there.
Yeah.
A lot of diver hunting. Like,
Yeah. What about
big
you?
around us.
Matt?
Yeah, how'd you get started with duck hunting, man? Or just hunting in general, I guess?
I started deer hunting when I was younger. My brothers got me into it. See, my parents didn't hunt. My grandfather did a little bit here and there. But they always they were the meat hunters. So they did like the deer drives and like they never set
deer
up.
drives,
And that was the thing around us. Nobody really went out to target bugs and like that was never you just went out to shoot some meat and bring it home. So and then one of my buddies, Dylan from school, his dad was real big in waterfowl and he was like, come out on the river, sit with us and try it out. And at that first day, and then it was like, this is not deer hunting.
This
is
doesn't suck.
This tops.
This doesn't.
I don't have to sit here.
You're
and
telling
be
me I don't
quiet.
have to sit here and be quiet? And,
spray down. And, that's just not for me. I'm loud.
I don't have to put
like
deer piss on my clothes.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. So that's probably what did it for me. Would be definitely just hunting the river with some buddies. Back in middle school.
What about you? Give them your headset. It only runs 4 headsets, or I'd buy more. But what about you?
Does it sound all right?
Oh, it sounds
great.
I'll have to get used to this.
You sound beautiful. You sound beautiful.
How did I get into it?
Yeah, hunting in general.
I really didn't have a choice, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
My dad, we have pictures at my house. When I was a baby, my dad got a backpack baby carrier. So he'd take me shooting his bow or checking trail cameras, stuff like that. He always used to take me and stuff. And when I was I don't know, I was young, maybe 3 or 4 years old. He was like, all right, we're going to go get your hunter safety. We're going to go deer hunting. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I took hunter safety, passed the test, and he was like, all right, we baited a spot up in the backyard of his house because they live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But set a little ground blind up, and he got me a 410 slug gun, and he was like, we're going to go shoot you a deer. Set up, and we had a deer come in 5 yards. It was close. That's all I remember. And all I remember is looking up at him. I'm like, now the deer ran off. I'm like, he's like, oh my gosh, you got to be quiet. You can't.
Why are you yelling?
Yeah. So shortly after he came back, I didn't move that time, and I smoked it. And that's kind of how I got my start. We did a lot of deer hunting growing up, and then once I got a little bit older. Christmas, I don't even remember how old I was, probably 8 or 9, maybe a little bit older.
Yeah.
They got me some waders and some duck decoys, and he felt like I was old enough I could start going. And man, I remember it was the next day after Christmas. He was like, let's go duck hunting. I'm like, okay. Went and shot a couple mallards, and I had a blast. And honestly, I like deer hunting a lot more back then, and now deer hunting's still fun, but it really didn't click for me until I was a little bit older, probably I don't know, I must have been 15 or 16. A group of us had saw a bunch of geese in a field. We're like, let's go hunt them. We hunted a bunch of small public land marshes and stuff, shot a bunch of black ducks and mergansers, and we had a ball doing that. But we saw them geese out there. We're like, let's go try that. So we had a buddy that had a goose rig and everything. We went and sat up in there, and it was something else. That's when it hit. Man, you
like the big Tonys?
Yes, man. It was like a cyclone of big ponies. It was insane,
T's,
and I was like, okay, this is what it's all about.
This is a lot better. This is better than shooting divers. I'll tell you.
This is better than divers and wood ducks.
Man, that's really when it started clicking for me. But not only then. I mean, like he said, like Braden said. I mean, all the memories I have from duck hunting with all kinds of different people and just going different places and seeing different things. It's that's what it's about for me.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? We're here to talk about some great products we like to utilize during the hunting season. One of them obviously being the Tortuga bag from Hella Dry. It is absolutely waterproof. It is great for any type of circumstances you're hunting. It keeps all your stuff dry. It's got plenty of pockets. It's got one here, deep pocket, and then it's got 2 pockets on the inside. Obviously, you got a pocket on the side for, in this case, holding your Pringles, and a koozie put a drink in there, whatever you want. You got this side over here. It can hold a Mojo, or it can hold your Wingman, which is this here. The Wingman is absolutely iconic. It's something that's much needed in the industry. It is great for any circumstances, whether you're hunting in a field, you're hunting in a slough, a pond, or in the timber. They like to say, find the perfect spot, not the perfect tree. So something that's really good, very much needed in the outdoor industry. I would definitely recommend that. One of my favorite things is the quick draw loop. Sometimes you don't want a big gunsling. You might be hunting a timber or whatever the case is. Sometimes you just don't want all that in your way. This thing right here is absolutely perfect for those circumstances. It is absolutely cool. It looks good, great design. It's got the branding on there, and it's something that's going to last you a while. It's got the braided cord with the coating over it. So if you're in the market for a new bag, if you're in the market for a new gunsling, or if you're in the market for something to keep all your stuff dry, check out Hella Dry. Check them out on Instagram or check out their website. Make sure you get some of this essential stuff for the season.
Man,
yeah, and now you're the filmer, editor, and everything for Quax, and you're really good. And I remember talking to you a couple weeks ago, I guess, opening weekend, and I had followed your page before I even knew you. I met them last year, and I met you a couple weeks ago, and I'd followed you, and I'd seen your stuff, and I remember talking to him about coming up to Maryland to hunt, and he said my cousin makes videos and stuff like that. And when did you even get into like camera
stuff? Man, I was sitting here trying to think about that. I think it's like 4 years ago. I want to say 3 or 4, maybe 5. But
what got you into it? You just wanted to learn how to do it?
Just a couple. We all hunt with the same people all the time. It's a group of us, and one day we were like, it's 4 of us that run a media page at home, locked in, and we were like, man, we just started thinking, we're like, we want to start filming our hunts, or just taking pictures, like just not anything crazy, like we just want to remember it, you know what I mean? We want to remember
capture the moment.
Yeah, capture the moment, and it's something, even if it doesn't go anywhere, we have something we can watch the film whenever and have a good time, and that's pretty much how it started. We all went and bought, the first camera I bought was like a cheap Canon Rebel, and everybody got a couple starters, and we just started taking pictures, and as we went, we started upgrading and buying
upgrades, baby.
That's when the upgrades are fun.
You're like, why did I even start with that one?
I know,
right? It's way better, and it's way easier. This is
now I'm just like, I need unlimited funds so I can buy all of it. But
it's coming, buddy, don't worry.
So we did that, and we were like, I guess ultimately our goal was to hunt and get paid to hunt, and just hunt every day. Man, we love it. We're doing it anyway. We might as well just get some media and stuff. And we're doing pretty good with that. Fortunately enough, I had the opportunity to come do this year. I'm very grateful for that. I was a firefighter for 5 years. As soon as I graduated, hence
the fire hoses.
Yep. I know. I thought I was going to be done touching that stuff, and here I am. They got me pulling it around.
Okay, you're pretty good at rolling these up and unrolling these. Let's go ahead and get back on that.
No, but I couldn't help but I've always wanted to do just hunting and fishing every day. For a living.
Sound like Luke Bryan.
Hey, that's a good song. Love it every day. Exactly. So I love it, man. I'm so grateful to be out here. I'm having a blast already. I got a lot of good ideas, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But man,
keep it up, man.
I'm gonna tell you what,
he's killing it.
I'm having a ball.
He's killing it.
You're killing it. You really are.
Absolutely killing
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that stuff. I mean, I'm sure all of y'all know, but like that stuff that you do, the behind the scenes editing and making a masterpiece for them to put out, that's going to drive a ton of clients.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see, bro. Like, that's what people want to see. They want to see cool stuff. They want to see what you're doing, out in the field, how many birds you're killing, and the fact that you can see that. I mean, I couldn't imagine having a guide service like back in the day, before like the internet. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like who are you, like, you booking through the paper, like
classified ads.
Yeah, classified ads, like,
and like, can you imagine
my cousin is friends with this guy and in Arkansas, I think we might go up there.
Can you imagine being the client, being like, I'm driving 7 hours to go hunt with some dude I don't know or know anything about, never seen.
No, I don't even know what he looks like. Like,
I wonder how they check the wind.
So, anyways, what I was getting to, your job is really important.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's what's going to drive revenue and drive clients to come here and
back in the day,
and just cool stuff for y'all to see at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm still learning a lot. I'm nowhere
every day
even close to where I want to be. Probably never will be. You know, you learn something new every day. I'm constantly trying to learn something new.
Yeah, because you're an artist.
Reaching out to somebody or Googling, YouTube, anything.
Yeah.
But I really just want people to see it through my eyes, almost like the passion that I have for waterfowl or anything that I'm taking pictures or videos. I want people that don't even have the ability to have that experience. I want them to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Heck yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh, he got excited about that.
Got excited.
He got passionate about it. He got passionate about it.
He wants to go get it.
They also run a kennel here. If y'all need to drop your dogs off, Quack's kennel.
Braden, Max, and they'll take care of them. You just drop them off here. But let's dive into. So a big difference between last year and this year for Quax is y'all recently signed up with Mallard Bay. Y'all didn't run Mallard Bay last year.
Yeah. Towards the tail end of things.
Towards the tail end? Is that when you signed up
with them? Yes.
Yeah. So as far as when you started coming.
Once we finally got it figured out.
So have you noticed like a big difference in the business side of it using Mallard Bay and Guide Tech?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. The ads that they run and stuff like that definitely is a big push on the socials, and you're targeting just a following that they have and stuff, that's already a clientele. So definitely them posting and pushing what we're doing on every day and bird, like you said, that's definitely a big help. And when it's like a Airbnb thing for hunters. So
So guys, today we're gonna talk a little bit about Apex ammunition. I mean, dude, I saw it for the first time in action today. And I'm telling you right now, there's not a better ammunition in the game. This thing was clapping ducks and geese at 100 yards. And that's no exaggeration. This dude clapped one, I swear to God. It was halfway across the lake. Clapped it and folded it all the way down. And then shot one about 10 yards away. And at the end of the video, you'll see some evidence of what happened when you shoot them really close. So you just got to be a little careful with that. It's getting nasty, son. But we were on the X, and that's kind of part of it. But, man, there's not a better shot in the game than this Apex ammunition, the TSS.
All of it.
I mean, honestly, the regular shots is amazing as well. You really can't go wrong with anything that Apex ammunition is selling. So just check them out.
Loads and all.
I mean, dude, everything. Turkey loads, goose, crane, anything you need it for. No cripples, nothing like that. So if you need anything, just check out Apex Ammunition on Instagram or check them out at their website at apexammunition.com.
And
it's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So they can go through and, pick out the area they want to hunt and, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's definitely been a big push for us.
Yeah.
So knowing y'all, I can tell y'all are the type to want to get out there and work and find the birds and do what it takes to, get clients on a successful hunt and not want to do all the boring stuff on the back end. That's probably a really good tool for y'all, right?
Oh yeah, I can call them if I need something, and they usually always are on top of it. If not, it's just because I'm busy and I'm not getting to them quick enough or something
it's probably
like that.
on our end.
Well, just they're always there. I mean, there's a million numbers you can call to always get into contact with somebody.
Yeah.
And they run great ads. They've helped me book a lot of stuff, and when there's a problem, they fix it.
Well,
they helped us with our website. They built our website. It's a badass website.
It is sick.
It is sick. Yeah.
They make it all look good. I mean, I've seen other people's websites, like Cadillac Creek, for example. They made some badass websites.
Man, it's crazy, dude.
And then you look at people that aren't on Mallard Bay, and it looks like just, pretty bad. I think Anna has something to do with maybe some of those websites.
Shout out Anna.
Shout out Anna. But yeah, she wanted to make sure she got her clout. But
she's probably the only one. Like usually when I call, like that just doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
she just doesn't do.
She
never
sees
calls
your
us.
name.
She'll be like, I'm doing my nails or something.
She sees your name and just sends you the voicemail.
It's just ridiculous.
I know, bro.
Like honestly, if I was the owner of Mallard Bay, I'd just tell her scram.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all hear that? Tell others.
Yeah.
But dude, just like the other night. So he had we were on the way to go put out decoys. The first night here.
Yeah.
He had a group that called him, wanted to book. And they wanted to book right then. It was like
he kept calling.
It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and they were able to get a hold of somebody at Mallard Bay. I think they got a hold of JP.
Shout out JP.
And they were able to get them booked like
And
that.
Anna for making it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
no, like today, like the guys who won the giveaway, Seth.
those
he
cool
wanted
guys.
to book as soon as we were in the blind actually yesterday. This was kind of fun.
Yeah, we got to do our giveaway hunt for anybody.
Yeah,
that's
I wish they could have stayed for that.
Oh yeah,
this,
I would definitely. I wanted to hear like their side of it, like how excited they were and stuff like that.
Oh, dude,
but-
them boys had never seen as many birds as they saw yesterday.
Yeah.
They were
right
their trip
before-
was made.
Before they left, I went outside to get something, and they were, dude. I think they were just nervous. Remember we were talking about it?
Yeah.
They didn't want to talk about it, but yeah, it was nothing they've ever seen.
Oh yeah. And I mean, me and Caleb were sitting.
I mean,
next to
even
him,
guys like
and-
us, like all of us, we see a ton of birds, and even though we've seen that stuff before, if we do it again tomorrow, it's still gonna be like, holy shit.
Well, mornings
Oh,
like
yeah.
mornings
It's
like
happening,
yesterday.
like-
Mornings
Yeah.
like yesterday.
We did it
morning.
right.
Or
but
like,
for the first time, I mean, I can remember the first time I saw that many ducks.
Oh yeah.
well, mornings like yesterday morning, I don't even got to pull a trigger to have a good time. Like just watching that amount of birds fly around, go right. It's a show. It really is. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And the bonus is being able to kill birds and decoy birds.
Yeah, finish them.
All that good stuff. And, you know, yesterday y'all see the video, y'all see the pictures. We were doing, just before anybody sees it or anything, we were doing a Susie conservation hunt.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a bunch of dead Susies, not many drakes.
Yeah, we got a call from the local game warden.
Yeah,
he said kill as many
numbers were high.
Susie
Numbers were high on
Susie
Susies.
spoons as
He
you
stopped
can.
there the night before while we were setting
Yeah.
up and just let us know.
Let us know.
actually.
Hey, yeah.
Bunch of
That's a
Susies
true
in
story.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually did stop.
He did
He
stop
actually
by
did
as we were
stop.
setting decoys
Yeah.
up at 10 o'clock at night.
Yep, he was there.
And he rolled up with his lights off, and all I heard was the car coming up the gravel road, and I was like,
Oh, I took off
What's going on?
sprinting, dude.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
was like,
Braden
there's
was
somebody
like-
there, and I was like, okay. And I took off running. I'm running down the levee like you guys are about to get robbed for everything you have.
Yeah,
I
here
thought
comes
for
little
sure it
Braden
was a
running
Clarendon
down.
crackhead.
Clarendon
I'm like,
crackheads, baby.
oh, dude, I thought for sure something bad was happening.
No, it was game warden. So
Yeah.
it could have been bad.
I know. The first thing he said, he was like, "What did you do? Forget a bag of corn?" And I was like, "No, man. What are you talking about?"
Corn? Why would I need corn? It's a rice field.
Yeah.
Dude. I forgot my bag of rice up here.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of Minute Maid I'm about to take home. Got here.
Oh, it was ridiculous. I mean, the day before that, the amount of mallards and every
yeah.
duck species was circling that hole. I see why he asked me if I forgot a bag of corn. It
Yeah.
was crazy out
It was
there.
nuts, and it was like that
Oh, you
all
should have
day.
seen the
was.
snows in it
Yes,
yesterday.
I'm sure it's like that
afternoon.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
No, when we went out there
Yeah,
yesterday afternoon, there was so many snuggies in here. It was like
Were they in that rice field?
They were in the rice
dude.
field. Yeah.
Oh,
I
damn.
mean, there's probably 40, 50,000 in the rice field.
There was a shit ton.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to get out of there. It
was
eating
crazy.
all my ducks.
We
Push them out.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really push
They
them out.
gone.
We were going to, but
We just
then
drove by.
the person beside, like 2 roads up, shot. And they were like, whoo, and they got up and went across the street.
Nice.
And I think somebody hunted them across the street this morning.
Yeah, they can
I
stay
don't know how
across
they
the road.
did.
Yeah, that's what them guys were
Yeah,
doing.
they
I
were
believe.
setting up last night.
Yeah.
They had that big trailer out in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No thanks.
Oh, you're doing it tomorrow. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, great.
yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh, you hadn't been told?
No. We haven't celebrated that yet.
Okay. All right. So year 2, you're with Mallard Bay now. Obviously that helps a lot. But what? Obviously, bringing Caleb in is also going to be another way to
Grow.
grow
Yeah,
your
yeah.
business.
I think he's
social media wise,
backbone.
bringing clients.
Backbone
You got
of the
Mallard Bay
company.
up
Oh, yeah.
doing it too. So year 3. Obviously. We're,
End of year 2 and year 3.
we're not even halfway through year 2
No,
yet. So,
no.
but I know y'all have a lot of plans for next year. Is there anything y'all would care to talk about on the podcast?
I know some of it's secret.
I don't. Yeah, some of it's secretive, so I
Like,
didn't want to say nothing.
Next year, my plan is I want to get a really big timber hole, and I want to find some manageable timber around here that I can plant and flood and manage the water levels and always have water. Because like this year, if you had a timber hole that you could flood yourself, you would beat down some birds. There was no water on public.
You find
anywhere.
water, you find birds, and especially if it's manageable, like you said.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that's definitely one of my targets for next year. I'm not going to stop looking until I find one to have one for next year.
Yeah,
because there's nothing better than having a true.
Well, and y'all have
Arkansas
timber.
hunt.
Y'all have timber, and you're going to have
timber in the backyard.
It'll be manageable eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And we plan on actually when you guys leave, we went and scouted a lot over there, and the timber that you can actually walk to from here, if you walk right in the backyard, it's kind of shallow now, but late season it's going to be 12 foot.
Yeah.
12 foot deep at the trees. That's at the cypress knees. And it's so deep you can't hunt it. But on the other side of that, like, creek, it's dry ground right now. And me and Caleb went back there scouting, and it's probably knee deep at the most on the water level marks on the trees. So the day you guys leave, we're actually going to go get a few chainsaws, go back there and cut down some holes. And that should be a piece of timber that we can go back there and hand plant it next year with some millet or whatever we'd like to.
Yeah.
Smart weed, something like that. Get it back there and that's a hole, just extra hole that you have. But next year, you can count that we will have a good timber hole. And it'll be good.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think with Caleb though, like, he might not know it, but I think he's probably one of our biggest assets. And
100%.
You're a huge asset.
Oh,
dude.
No, for real.
as soon as he got here, he started filming, and
You had 5 reels to him yesterday.
You got to
in
think.
the first 2 weeks of having him, we gained almost 800 to 900 followers.
Yeah.
And you can see, if you look down from the post before we posted Caleb saying he's hired on the Quacks, like, meet the new guy, you can see how shitty our quality is compared to above that picture from when we hired him.
So
He was like, we're no more shitty quality.
So even though technically, you know, a lot of people, there's a brick and mortar business and there's an online business. Even though you actually have a brick and mortar business, technically, you're trying to drive clients from all over.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like they're driving by your store, brick and mortar store every day, stopping in. You're trying to bring people in from all states. So it's an online business essentially, and to have somebody that can drive people, you know, just bring attention to your page.
Yeah.
You know, and eventually book automatically or whatever. That's a huge role. You know, marketing is massive as far as an online business.
Yeah, another thing I'd say for next year, one of our goals are, I think we might even start sometime this year, coming up in the future. I think we want to do YouTube, maybe. I just think we're a bunch of idiots sometimes. Like, when we're by ourselves and we're out working,
and we are
the
too.
shit we say, like, it's just, I know from, like, stuff I watch, we'd be an entertaining group of guys to watch.
You get canceled.
Half the stuff that happens to us,
Probably.
you would not believe.
Caleb would have to tighten up and watch every second of film.
That's kind of
Like Max
that was our issue. Like,
Like
we
Max
had to.
does.
I mean,
Yeah, I've thought about doing
You have
YouTube.
to tighten up.
Sure.
When the camera's rolling, bro, you got to
It took a long time. In the first couple of times we
Max
did like a
hated
blog, Max was like, "Dude, y'all are killing me. Like, I have to watch this."
Because like our hunt stuff, like y'all know, is like a vlog style.
Yeah.
So like it's not just killing birds, the end. It's
he's videoing
everything
the
in
whole time.
between. So
Yeah.
and you have to find stuff to do, you know, and like to get film, and you have to watch what you say and watch what you do and watch what you show and stuff like that. So I think y'all do great. I mean, you're always entertaining. That's how I even began to start talking to you.
Imagine
you're
if you
just
were
a goofball, dude. Like,
if you
you're
had a camera,
entertaining.
if you would have had a camera here the first day you guys got
bro.
here filming us, that night would have gone viral. I mean, I was not 18,
2 sheets of the
19.
That was
and
fun.
I just bought this expensive ass 4-wheeler, emptied out my pockets, and this guy shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm Quack Shack. Like, we talked on Instagram and TikTok a few times. Go sink your 4-wheeler into that swamp back there. It'll be fine." I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't want to do it, but
He wouldn't even get the mud up to the wheel.
I thought I was driving back there like in a puddle. I'm like, "Is this good enough?" They're like, "No, go deeper." And
I was sitting there helping him.
I thought
like,
for sure
he did
I
it.
destroyed the 4-wheeler, and he helped me get there.
And immediately after, he was like, "I want to do a backflip."
Yeah, and they threw me up there. I did a backflip. That was fun.
Funny.
That was a fun night. Yeah,
That was fun. Some things don't need to be on camera.
no.
Yeah.
A lot of things don't need to be on camera, but that's okay. So I guess one thing I'd have to ask y'all. So y'all hunt here all the time. You got here. What is one thing you would you would say as a good tip for the people that hunt public here and hunt around here and hunt with guides around here? What's a good tip for them to do better?
Like for the clients or
for the clients or just people hunting.
people hunting.
We have a lot of people that still listen that that are public
Yeah,
land.
when we started this podcast,
And y'all obviously were
until-
coming here at the beginning.
up until this year, all we did was 80% public land. So like a lot of our listeners are probably public land hunters.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to book a hunt, I would make sure the guide service is reputable. I mean, like a lot of times we offer spec hunts, but it's only if our spec guy can get down here. We're not big spec hunters, and I tell my clients when they get here, hey, like, if you really want to go, I can go out there and attempt to blow a spec call, and I'm not going to charge you.
Yeah.
But if I were you, I would go down to, there's a guide service we use a lot. It's called Goose Grabbers, and I think they're down near like DeWitt, Stuttgart area.
Okay.
And they warned me a lot because I'd post on Facebook, hey, I got a group of clients here. They want to go on a spec hunt. And there's a lot of bad guide services out there that will screw you, say they got stuff, send you pictures of a feed they saw on their way to Max Prairie Wings and be like, yeah, this is what we're hunting. Yeah. And it's terrible. They just take your money.
Not many things in duck hunting that are more important than your lanyard. On your lanyard, you got duck calls, finishers. I mean, anything that you could possibly need, you can put on your lanyard. And there's not a better name in the game than VPC lanyards. They can get you pretty much anything you need made out of paracord, whether it be your lanyard, your gun strap, or your belt. There's nothing else. They can do anything out of paracord. Reach out to Wes at VPC Lanyards. Let him know we sent you and check it out.
I've never actually honestly hunted. I've been on a true public land Arkansas hunt.
Yeah.
But I would honestly just say the basics. Focus on the basics. Do the work.
Find
put in
water.
the work. If you can find water, scout.
Yeah.
And you're there, see how the birds are working, and play the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, like today, we would have had an amazing hunt this morning if that wind wasn't blowing north, but we had to weasel our way in there, make a makeshift blind at 10 o'clock at night. And
our hide was amazing.
Yeah, our hide was
when me and
great.
Jackson walked back, looking at it, you couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't see y'all at all.
Yeah, it's a great hide.
Well, the thing was yesterday, we hunted where the birds were today, which is like you normally would do. If we would have hunted out of your pit, probably wouldn't have done good. You wouldn't even have to set the blind up.
Oh, no, but we thought the birds were hanging out there.
We were chasing quality, not quantity today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we didn't shoot as many today, because we were
I'm talking about their
quantity.
pit out there that was about where all the ducks were.
Oh, yeah. No, like we could have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after this podcast, when we go out there this evening,
we're gonna go out there and
they're
smoke
gonna
them
have
again.
a good picture of.
So we're gonna
Mallard
go out.
down.
We're gonna go out there and hunt this evening, and we found these birds yesterday evening on one of y'all's place, just up the road, and there was quite a few birds in there.
There's a lot in there.
So
we would have smoked them this morning, but that wind was blowing north, and we needed to be.
We saw
south.
a bunch of birds, a bunch of birds.
Yeah.
And they weren't exactly coming into the decoys like they're supposed to. They were going with the wind instead of against the wind. So we had to switch decoys up, and I think that helped a little bit. But
it was tight. It was tight early.
It was
hard for them to get.
Yeah.
The wind was working.
They weren't working with the wind. They were landing with it.
They weren't even landing in the kill hole. They were landing in the decoys because it was hard for them to stop.
Yeah. It's definitely. I think that's one of the biggest tips. Is just scouting, knowing your decoy spreads, knowing what motion to use. And I love motion no matter what. Some people don't use motion on a windy day because like my deeks are moving. I don't need
ridiculous.
it. You should always use butt squirters. I think you're probably one of the most key weapons you can use.
Well, there's times we've had 4 jerk strings out there.
I love squirters. They're awesome.
Or a good jerk string.
Yeah.
Really can't beat them, honestly.
Yeah. Like there's times we've had like 4 jerk strings. I don't really hunt with mojos, but
I don't ever hunt with mojos.
Yeah.
I would like for my whole spread to move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I could get like what was that guy we had on?
Designated puller?
Yeah, designated puller.
Yeah.
Pull 40 decoys
Perfect
at
Limit
once.
Outdoors.
It's a jerk string, pulls 40
Automatic.
decoys. Automatic.
Oh, they have one at Max. I just saw it. It looks like an ammo can on top.
That's him.
Oh,
yeah.
Instead of doing this for 4 hours.
It pulls all 4. It can pull 40 decoys at once.
Yeah, I think I'm going to invest.
You definitely should. I'll link you up.
That's something I would definitely be interested in.
Your whole spread would
It helps you. I mean, like, using a jerk rig when you're guiding hunts, you're trying to watch the hunters, making sure they're not shooting each other, trying to call a shot and run your dog at the same time.
Yeah.
And if
even not a guide, somebody that just, we public land hunt, you're trying to call, hold your gun, and move decoys at the same time, right?
Yeah, that sounds like the deadliest weapon of all right there.
Yeah. It's awesome.
One of them.
It's awesome.
I'm probably gonna, if I go to Max today, like I think we're going to, I'm gonna cop one for sure.
Yeah. No, we definitely are. We got to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we get a new gun too when I get down there.
Yeah.
You have 18 in there. Okay.
I don't want them.
Okay. It's about time to wrap it up so we can get ready for this hunt. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
It'll be good.
I'm glad we finally got to do a podcast as many times I've been here.
Yeah.
I know.
We've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
Something always came up. Either Braden was too drunk and passed out and sick, and we barely made it this time. I mean, I'm sicker than hell.
Yeah.
And when you first got here, I had strep and I was dying.
Yeah.
But luckily,
it worked out. It worked out. it worked out. We got to hunt,
Well,
do a podcast, and have a good time.
He broke out the diffuser, the humidifier. He broke out everything.
Humidifier,
so he could breathe.
diffuser, everything. He threw the book at it.
I know, like, yesterday morning we were out there. Caleb sitting next to me. I started blowing my call, and boom, puke flew out of me. I was like, "Oh shit!
That's
I think
gross.
I'm getting fucked up, dude." It was bad. It was fun though. It was worth every second of it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a bunch of hen spoonies, but it was a beat down. That
was fun. I
We
didn't
were-
even care.
it was
we were
amazing.
basically done by 8:12, I think. Because I remember asking you, we were like, "How many birds do we need?" And it was like 8, and I was like, "Oh, what time is it?" You're like,
Yeah.
8:12. I was like, "What? I feel like I've been out here for like 8 hours, dude."
Well, it's because we were shooting these ducks and they were carrying with the wind, and we have to walk half a mile to get the duck.
That speckled belly was ridiculous. My legs still hurt.
Yeah.
That was bad.
You did walk a long way for that
Oh,
spec.
Yeah.
me and Jackson literally thought y'all were walking back to the
I
truck.
thought you were going back to the truck.
I thought
We were
about
like,
it. It
are they
crossed
going
my
back to
mind
the
when I
truck?
got that far out there, and I was like,
They ain't
I
come
got
back.
their spec.
They ain't
I'm
come
gonna sit
back.
in the truck and wait for them.
Well, yeah, we were like, are they going to the truck, man? What the
Yeah.
hell? But yeah, I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Sure, for sure.
And tell them where they can find you on social media.
At Quax Waterfowl Co. on pretty much all of our socials.
Yeah.
And
The
the
only thing
website,
different, I
book a
would say,
hunt?
the website is quackswaterfowl.com.
Yeah, go book a hunt.
Yeah.
They
Check him out on Mallard Bay.
yeah, check them out on
Mallard
Mallard Bay,
Bay,
and
too.
I would definitely get with them for a conservation hunt. That's
Yeah,
all I'm gonna
yeah.
say.
Books just
It's
open.
freaking-
They're open
it's
now.
gonna be wild. Books are
And
open now.
We're gonna have 2 perma spreads.
Yeah.
We just partnered with Viking Decoy Company.
Nice.
They're a new decoy company coming out of California, and I think they're gonna change the game too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a company to keep an eye on. They got silos that are
100% serviceable.
Yeah, you can change your bags and all. I think they're coming out with silos. They got bags that you can change out in like 5 seconds or less.
Oh, wow.
And I know that's the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's like dive bomb's nice, they're really good quality, but they take a while to fix and
Yeah.
put a new bag on. These guys, it's like changing a mag and a gun.
Yeah.
It's real easy.
Well, I don't normally do this, but I have to. We have ads that run into our podcast, but I have to say something about the Apex real quick. That was
yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, we shot today. Me and Austin, we had some mallards land, to our left, and we kind of wanted to get them up because they were,
Not where they should have
not
been.
where they were supposed to be. And so, all the birds that were coming in were trying to land with those live birds, obviously. So me and Austin went around and got as close as we could to them, and we
75 yards.
we didn't know how far it was, but they got up, and so we shot. We knocked down 2 of them, and
Flying away.
they were flying away. Yeah, we shot and knocked down 2 of them, and we were like, dude, oh my god! And this is our first weekend we've been using Apex all season, but it's the first week when we've used strictly Apex. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm talking about. These birds were probably at least 80 because they were 75 from where they got off the water.
And they were flying away.
After we
Yeah.
shot, I was like, got up and I walked all the way back and I'm stepped it off and I was like, oh my god, it's 76 steps back here. I was
Yeah.
like, we freaking collapsed those birds too. And I was like, that's pretty
It's
freaking
crazy.
impressive. And that wasn't even the TSS. That was just
That was
regular.
it was just regular still.
Regular
I mean,
two-shot.
from someone who never shot it before yesterday, I didn't shoot it at a duck or anything flying, but I folded that speck that was trying to fly away from me that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And I was probably every bit of 60,
Yeah.
65 yards. And that was my first time shooting Apex because you handed me your gun because my gun was out of shells and I had to
Well,
go
that
on a
was
sprint
that
through
was
the field.
and that was 20 gauge.
Yeah, that was a 20 gauge.
It was also
I've never
TSS.
shot it or bought it
It
just
was
'cause
TSS.
Yeah, it was also TSS, but imagine 12 gauge TSS.
that would put a hurt on some ducks.
Oh,
It's
he
stupid.
shot a greater goose with it from about 85 yards.
Yeah, I would love
Flying
to try
away.
that out.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It makes you can take a guy that don't know how to shoot, make him shoot good.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Check out
Yeah,
Apex.
check out Apex. Thank y'all again. Shout out to Quax. Shout out Mallard Bay. I'm ready to go kill some birds.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do
Hey,
it.
Drink all hands.
And